Hey guys, how's it going? So, mail day, and these are two different packages that came at different times, but came from the same person. So, shout outs to Roy Teo and to Jeremy Kwa. But I feel as if it's all kind of from the same company. It all came from a conversation with Roy, so yeah, really looking forward to seeing what's inside. This is bearings and this is Yoyos, so you know what, I think I'm gonna open the Yoyos first. Alright. So inside here is just bubble wrap. And we have one Yoyo. So this is from Yoyoranger. And we have another Yoyo also from Yoyoranger. So the packaging here kind of got trashed. Hopefully the Yoyos are still okay. I'm not really sure how they held up, but yeah. It kind of just self-unboxed, I suppose. And let's go ahead and take a look at what's inside. Alright, so this is one half of the Yoyo, and this is the other half of the Yoyo. So I've actually never had a Yoyo boxed like this before. And that being said, I've unboxed quite a lot of Yoyos, so this is definitely interesting. So, inside here is the first half, which, oh, okay, so this is interesting. This thing's actually a bimetal, so there's the Yoyoranger bimetal, half of it, and that is it there. Comes with center track bearing of some sort. So, just by the laser engraving, this thing is called the Primeforce. So, trying to unbox the other half of the Yoyo. And I'm not sure if this was probably, yeah, it was probably a way to protect them, I suppose. But this is the other half. And let's see how this plays. So, there it goes. Alright, and just looking at it now, it looks like almost, yeah, it looks very similar to a Draupnir, probably a less precise version or a lower, less expensive version was what I meant to say. So let's go ahead and try these out. String I'm using is an iYoyo Slacky. Mainly because one, I don't have to cut them, and two, they come with a pre-installed finger loop. Super, super convenient for unboxings because it's perfect length and... Ooh. This Yoyo, alright, so... The Yoyo itself is pretty smooth. It's probably slightly smoother than the Draupnir I have right now, but that being said, the Draupnir I have is the B grade. Not sure of the price of this Yoyo actually, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It doesn't really bring anything new to the table, so you know, it's very, very similar to a Draupnir. It almost feels like a Draupnir that was tried to be made budgety, but interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Whoops. So the Yoyo itself is actually pretty good. It's got a very even, like a very nice weight distribution. The surface and the bead blasting is done really well. You can grind on it really well. In terms of finger grinds, yeah, the laser engraving's kind of screwed up a little bit, and by today's standards it doesn't really finger grind that great because it's not designed for it. But other than that, like, this is a very competition kind of driven Yoyo, so like, I'm not sure what the price is, and if it's like $130 that would make sense. But yeah, this thing plays pretty solidly. It plays a lot better than the Hertz, which was another one of Yoyoranger's kind of designs. This one plays very pretty good. I'm really enjoying this actually. Doesn't have a very unique vibe to it, but it definitely has all the playability functions in there. So it's smooth, weight distribution is done pretty much spot on. Bead blast, great. Horizontal, can't complain. It's good. This yo is actually pretty solid. I'm not sure what I was expecting. In fact, I had no expectations at all. I had no idea what was inside. But yeah, the Yoyoranger Primeforce is a pretty solid yo-yo. So yeah, but moving on to the next one. So this is the next box, and it is boxed the same way. Oh, except this one's been boxed up into one, so it wasn't even unscrewed like the last one. Maybe because this one's a bit more susceptible to vibe. Not really sure, but this one was packaged differently. And this yo-yo this one doesn't look like a bimetal, so okay, so this one's a monometal. Alright, so this is the Yoyoranger Libra. Alrighty. Now this is different looking. Whoops. It looks very rounded, very kind of, ooh. Okay. So this is actually quite an interesting yo-yo. I don't think I've tried something that looks quite like this. It feels like it's got a bit of weight to it. Not really sure how it plays, but yep, it's complete monometal. I'm not sure what bearing is inside there. It looks almost like a crucial bearing, something very similar to it. It's got a little lock there, so the string's completely centered. And yeah, the Libra itself is interesting looking, but don't know how it plays. Let's figure it out. So, the Yoyoranger Libra. Ooh. So this thing's really light, really nimble, really fast on the string. And, oops, got a knot. I don't really know how that formed either. I'm not sure if it's the yo-yo or the bearing, but how this thing plays is really fun. It almost plays like a slightly heavier corruption with a bit more oomph to it, a bit more weight overall, but it's fun. So unlike the Primeforce that was basically just a kind of Draupnir rehash, this thing plays very uniquely. The shape itself looks kind of out there. It's got a couple different cuts. So this thing's fun, and it brings something new to the table. In terms of smoothness, not the smoothest yo-yo. Probably could be tuned up a little bit, I feel. But in terms of how it plays, it's got a personality, it's got some character to it. I'm personally a fan of this. Whoa. Let's try that again. Yep, so it's got the horizontal mojo. Finger grinds I think will be the same as the Primeforce because of the same laser engravings. So, not sure if you guys can tell from the camera, but both the Primeforce and the Libra have this this kind of like dimple, so it's not flat and it's not concave, it's kind of convex, it's kind of like a dome, and that just makes it a bit finger spin unfriendly, but yeah, I guess if you want a finger spin yo-yo, there are hundreds of them out there now. Not hundreds, but probably like almost 50. Yeah, definitely interesting. This is a very good monometal throw. The weight distribution is really there. It's really light, really fun to play with. And I think both of these yo-yos have actually solidly impressed me. My only point of reference before Yoyoranger was the Hertz, which that was one of the yo-yos that I wasn't a fan of. But these two have actually really given me a positive vibe back on the company, so this is great. One last thing. I'm not sure of the price on any of these yo-yos, but both of these yo-yos are designed really, really well. They play really, really well, and I guess the only thing that I was iffy about was just, you know, how similar they were to other things. But Primeforce plays great, and Libra plays great. So yeah, any comments, questions, and criticisms, post them down below, and I will see you guys next time.